Hello, ladies and gentlemen, this is Spider, and welcome back to another review. And today we're going to be taking a look at the Bandai Creation 60th Anniversary 1954 Godzilla. Now, this mold originally released in 2009, however, this is the 2014 reissue version, which I don't think there's any real differences between them, so it doesn't really matter, but I thought I'd mention it anyways. Anywho, to start things off, we're going to take a look at the packaging, so let's get to it. Alrighty, so here we have the packaging, and actually lost Godzilla's box some time ago, so this is actually King Ghidorah's packaging, but they're basically the same, so I'm going to use it anywho. So here we have a picture of Godzilla. You got Godzilla in Japanese, you got Godzilla on the front, you got 60th anniversary over there, you got some words, you got Godzilla on the side, you got Godzilla on the other side, you got the bottom, which there's basically nothing, you got the top, which is also basically nothing. You got the back of the box, which got Godzilla and King Ghidorah, and it bumped the camera, and you got another Godzilla, and you got some stuff, and you got the little trademark characters back here, which I miss these. I wish they kept doing these, but they've kind of stopped recently. They even used to put them on the back of the DVD boxes, so you'd have the trademark logos for the monsters. I miss these. These were kind of cool. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the packaging, so on to the figure. Okay, so here we have the figure, and this was Bandai's second mold for the 54 Godzilla. The original came out in 2002, and this one looks just a little bit better, but we'll talk more about that later on. First up, we're going to talk about the figure's articulation. So, you can move his head. So rotate all the way around. You can have him looking like that if you want to. Get that back in place. His arm can go, can't really go all the way. I mean, probably could if you forced it, but I don't really want to. So it can go mostly all the way around. The other one, pretty much the same. The leg can kick pretty high up. It can't go all the way around, but I mean, yeah, I don't really think you need it to go much further up than that. It can go pretty dang far back too. I mean, it's a lot further than the legs on the suit can move, so that's pretty cool. And the tail can move as well, however it's not at the base here, it's at kind of the middle of the tail, so you can rotate it here. And that's pretty much it for articulation, and honestly, it's pretty decent. I mean, for a Bandai Creations figure, it's got a pretty good amount. The only kind of issue with the articulation is that the way they cut the joints, when you move them, they kind of break the sculpt a bit here. You can kind of see you got that little bit of plastic kind of sticking out. Same with the head. Kind of does that same thing. Which don't really bug me much, I don't really care, but I know some people do, so if you do care, now you know. Alrighty, on to the details. And I do apologize, the figure is kind of dirty. I used to play with it outside a lot, and it's very difficult to clean dirt off of these things because it gets stuck in all the nook and crannies and whatnot. But anyways, we'll move up the camera here a little bit and focus in on the figure. So here we have that very, very nice head sculpt. I think they did a very nice job of capturing that look of the original Godzilla. I also think they did a very good job sculpting the eyes. It really captures that kind of eerie but also slightly goofy look that the original suit had. You can kind of look at it from the front. You can see what I mean by it looking just a little goofy. You got a little button nose. You got that. And you got a little bit of white on the top of the head. I guess to try and, simulate that sort of black and white look from the movie. You get some individually sculpted teeth. You got a big old red tongue there. You got the arm with the hand. You got the claws, which are painted all the way around. Always appreciated. You got the chest here and the torso, and they did they did a kind of cool thing. They kind of sculpted it to make it look like it's sort of the suit, like kind of folding in on itself. Which is a very nice detail. You got the big old thunder thighs. My goodness. That ain't even a thunder thigh anymore. That's a... I don't know. It's big. It's just really big. You got the knees with some more of that white, like on the top. And there was supposed to be some on the chest as well, but unfortunately it kind of faded away, so it ain't there anymore. Yeah, you got the big old legs. You got the foot with the claws, and unfortunately one of them kind of broke off. But hey, what can you do? That one kind of got chipped too. Man, I was really rough with my figures when I was younger. So yeah. And overall, the body just has that very nice, scale, look to it that the suit had. They did a very, very good job of capturing that. And you got the tail. It kind of loops up and has a little curve at the tip here. Looks quite nice. And then you have the dorsal spines, which look very, very nice. For a Bandai Creations figure, they did an excellent job of capturing the look from the movie. They look very, very close to the way they did in the film. And the paint stops about here-ish on the tail. I know some people get mad if it doesn't go all the way to the tip of the tail, but I don't care. It's whatever. As long as you get the spines, it's like, whatever. That's good enough for me. The paint on the spines is very nice, too. So yeah, overall, it's just very nice. I like it a lot. It is quite wide as well. Look at that. Look at that big chunky boy. So, I think that is all I have to say about the figure. So we shall move on to the size comparisons. So, to start off the size comparisons, as always, here it is with a LEGO minifigure. With the Pack of Destruction minifigure Mothra. With the Pack of Destruction minifigure Godzilla. And here we have it with the 2002 Bandai 54 Godzilla. With the Bandai 1968 Godzilla, who is quite a bit bigger. I don't know why they made that figure so huge, but they did. Here we have it with the 2000 Godzilla from Bandai. Here we have it with the Playmates 56 Rodan. And finally, here we have it with the previous review, the Hamlet Collection Triceratops. Alright, now that we're done with all that, measuring time! Let's get this measuring tape out. See how big this guy is. Actually, probably raise up the camera just a teensy-weensy bit. There we go, there we do that. And then we focus in so you can see better. You can see he is a little over 6 inches, so pretty standard size for Bandai Creations figure. If you wanted the length, also about 6 inches. So yeah, pretty decent sized Bandai Creations figure. Making a little time. There we go. Couldn't make up my mind there for a second. So yeah, he is a pretty solid figure. Not literally. I think he's kind of hollow actually, but whatever. Detail and articulation wise and all that, pretty solid. I do like it. And like I said, he is quite a bit better than the older one. The old classic 54 Godzilla. You can see he just... yeah, he definitely looks a lot more like the film suit. Like, this one just kind of captures the idea of the 54 Godzilla, and this one really looks like he did in the movie. Especially, like, if you look at the dorsal spines for comparison. You can just look at them. I mean, you got these ones, which is kind of like, kind of, and then you have these ones, which are very closely accurate to the suit. So yeah, I mean, I still love this guy. I mean, this is my first Godzilla, so he'll always be special to me. But if you're looking for accuracy, this guy captures it very well. The only real issue is he's a little too chunky. I mean, I know the original Godzilla was pretty chunky, but it wasn't this chunky, you know? He was a little slimmer than this, and I feel like he's too slim. I feel like a size between these two would be perfect. But overall, this one is a little better. So yeah, I really like it. However, a common complaint that a lot of people do have with this figure is the red mouth, because, you know, it's supposed to be emulating a creature from a black and white movie, so why does he have a red mouth? But I don't know, I feel like that's a nitpick. I don't really care. But if you do, I don't know, there's not much you can really do about it. He's got a red tongue, and this older one also had a red tongue, so I don't know. What can you do? Now, if you wanted one of these... Wow, that's really bright. If you wanted one of these figures for yourself, it's not really in stores anymore, I don't think. But on eBay, it is going for around $30 pre-owned, and about $50 in the box, which... Don't even bother trying to get this thing in the box, because, I mean, you're not really getting it in the box. It's just kind of attached to the box. Where's that thing? Oh, there it is. I put it back here. Yeah, the figure isn't really covered. It's just kind of shoved in there, and that's it. That's how that's brand new in the box. So, like, don't even bother trying to get a brand new one. Get it pre-owned. However, I think $30 is a bit much for this guy. I think like $25 or something around that is probably like the max you should probably be paying for it. But that's just my recommendation. It's your money, do whatever you want with it. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this review. Hope you all enjoyed. See you later. Sayonara. Bye.